Good morning, or in my case, good evening. It's uh, it's Sunday, so it's not Monday, but welcome to the new year. It's 2022, which is a big number, especially if it's an hourly fee. So, hi Bridget, how are you this new year?
I'm the same. I'm the same as I was last
You're the
year.
same. You have different hair.
But I have more hair
You
because
have
it
more
grows.
hair.
My
Yeah,
ears, my nose, and my hair keep growing. No,
interesting.
your ears and your nose grow as you get older. That's one of the ways you can tell somebody's age.
Great. I don't see what this has to do with SEO or social media, but
It's a
yeah,
long
it's a
game. If I
long
want my
game.
hair to be out of the irritating stage, which is which is like right to my collarbone,
Mm,
I gotta keep on track for a whole another year
oh
and
my
resist the
God.
temptation to chop, chop, chop.
Well, I was supposed to get my hair cut last week, but I had no time, so I've got to try to find a time this week to get it because it's just like it's all over the place, completely out of control. And my resolution for 2022 is to keep it in control. You
Your hair?
know, hair, weight, length of nose, width of ears, whatever is going to happen this year, I want to have it completely under control.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's my resolution for the year. Uh, yeah, and yours is to grow your hair. Mine is to
Well,
keep it short. That
no,
should work.
well, so your hair is going to grow anyway, unless you're
It is.
bald, and it's just about managing it, right? So I don't really like resolutions. Okay. I think
No.
that it's bullshit. And my intention this year,
Mm,
in yoga, we have intentions on being more mindful. My intention is to understand that I'm exactly where I need to be.
that's a good one.
But my goals are to increase my client billing by 10%. I'm trying to hit, I'm trying to hit the number I tried to hit last year.
Okay,
So,
that's good. That's good. Well, congratulations on, let's just sort of say that you're going to succeed and congratulations because it's all about endpoint visualization. Just see yourself at that 10%, see yourself with the Lambo or the drip or whatever the kids are calling it these days when you've got, bling and stuff, and
oh,
you'll be there. If you don't imagine it, you're not going to be there.
you mean less debt?
I don't
That's
know,
my
possibly,
kind of bling.
possibly. Well, like we're actually in a really good place because this is the new year, and I don't know when it was last year. Probably like the beginning of the year, or maybe around this time last year. We saw ourselves writing 3 books, and it's done. I mean, like I just did the final edits from my side anyway, and I know you've also got some editing to do, but like we have a picture, and we've got a book cover, and you can pre-order it. It's pretty exciting. Uh, Only online marketing you need for your school. So school is in. And that's pretty exciting because a year ago, I mean, we talked about the idea, and now it's done. We got 2 books already done last year, and now the third. And this is going to be great. We got a great chapter about accessibility by Geek on Heels, Anamika Beauvalet, and because accessibility is really important for schools, mostly
Only if
for
you want
everyone, but for
federal
schools.
funding and not to
Well,
get sued.
yeah, and access to education. I like that. I like that it joins there. If you're gonna be able to get into the school, then I think that's pretty important. So it's going to be an exciting book. And then, so I don't know. Do we have a resolution for writing a book, another book this year?
Well,
Not
let's
yet, do
just
we?
reflect on our resolution first.
No, you got to
I
keep
would
moving
like,
forward. Don't
I
look
would
back.
like,
Don't look back.
no, reflecting is not, I would like people to understand that you and I have never met in person,
We haven't.
and we met on Twitter from a
We did.
hashtag for WCEU.
Yeah.
So, quote unquote, Twitter is totally stupid, but we've written 3 books together.
Yeah.
Uh, Also, you're one of my writers for my clients. So I like to think that if you have the resolve,
Mhm.
which is the root word of resolution, you can achieve things, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So for my side, I want to do 10 content packs for Launch with Words.
Wow.
And I'm doing the commercial general contractor one now.
Mhm, mhm.
So that will be number 4 total. So by the time we talk next year, there should be 13 content packs at a very minimum.
That sounds good.
Total. Because
I hope you
3 are
realize
available
that.
now, 10 will happen. So that's 13. So it's important that when you have a resolution to break it down to your resolve, your intention, your goals, and your tactics.
Sounds like good advice.
It sounds like marketing, baby. Sounds
Marketing
like
baby. It all
marketing.
comes in a marketing baby.
And
I've got
you got to
yeah,
do the work.
got to do the work. I was editing over the holidays as well. The next edition of Digital Thinking, so that's going to come out this year, earlier than later. I mean, it's done. I just got to go through it a couple more times, and but that's kind of I don't know. My resolve was to write more this year. I wrote a lot last year. I mean, I wrote more in 2021 than I've written in my life. Uh, and the resolve is to do more this year. So probably like 10%. Not much because I was really busy this year. So I think if just 10% would be great. I'd like to move from like 4 figures to 5 figures. So that would be great. So we'll see. That's though if
4
it's as
figures to
good.
5 figures in terms of word count or
Oh no, way past
revenue.
that in word count. I mean, I should calculate how many words I wrote this year. It was a lot. It was like 80 some odd articles. It was like 83 articles. We did the 2 books together. Um, and like the novel that was just published was written last year. Though it just got published on the 1st of January. So, I mean, if you throw the novel in there as well, I don't do lesson plans count. How many classes I taught last year? I mean, it was a lot of writing. Like, I mean, if I had a nickel for every word I wrote in 2021, that would be great. But
Yeah.
it's amazing. It's the same. It's the same. How many letters are there in the alphabet? Here's how great a writer I
26.
am. 26. You get 26 letters. And you think about how many different articles that you wrote, how many different books, how many different conversations you had, all with the same 26 letters. That is insane.
Well, before I reprimand you for not answering the question, Robert Nissenbaum has a writing exercise he does where he tries to write an article without 1 letter. So he does only 25. It makes you think of different words. I'm like,
Does he that's interesting. Does he choose specifically a letter or is it random?
I can't remember. I got to go find that article now.
That's
We'll have
really
to link to it.
interesting.
Yeah. I'm
That is
like, that's
really
a really
interesting.
good writing exercise. I'm not sure if it was
Mm,
his wife, Erica, who inspired him because I can't remember. I was just like, wow. And the whole article was written without a certain letter. And I was like,
like
I would have a hard
no
time with that.
K's or no. I mean, you got to have all the vowels. It's got to be
Well,
a
you got to have
constant.
RSTLNE, right? Because,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. Would
but
be interesting is do it in a different language or something. Write it like every day a different language or something. Though that would
Carl
be really
Alexander
challenging.
writes in Spanish and French.
Wow. I did
Yeah.
German and English, um, which is challenging enough, but
Right?
it would be kind of cool to throw in like some other strange languages.
So
I
are you
read
trying to go to 5 figures for revenue?
5 figures for revenue. Yeah. But
I'd love to get to 6, but that's not going to happen this year.
yeah, no, no, and no, that's just not going to happen. Yeah, 5, I think is just, that's kind of like, woo, Lambo world. But if I could repeat 4, I mean, if 4 went through for the remaining time of my ability to write, that would be great. Oh yes, okay. Before I answer your question, I did a Robert Nussbaum kind of tactic, in that I did say to myself that I would write a book this year using a typewriter. So I
Oh,
actually bought a manual typewriter, not electric, but manual typewriter. And I've been playing around with this, and it's kind of hard on the fingers and the hands and everything. I'm thinking, wow, so that is, yeah, it's not going to be a full novel. But I bought Convenience Store Girl or Shop Girl or whatever that Japanese novel is, the really big kind of famous one, Shop Store Girl. I don't know. It's only 160 pages. I was shocked, like how short it is. So
Old Man the Sea won the Pulitzer.
yeah, like some famous books, like they're really short. But now you're sort of thinking, if it's not like 80,000 words, then you're not even take it seriously. But I could probably do 150 words on a typewriter. So yeah, that I'm going to try to do that, because I haven't written and used a typewriter for a long time. Certainly it'll slow one down, and it's noisy, so I've got to find some place I can go. It's like, I write at 5 o'clock in the morning or at midnight, and I
Yeah,
can't be
I don't
doing that at
know
home.
if the family would appreciate that.
No, they've already made it quite clear that I'm only allowed to hone my typing craft when they are not there, which is kind of difficult because they're usually there. So I don't know. Maybe I need to find some place, a
In the
trailer
park.
in the park. Yeah. I'm sorry. So what was your question that apparently I didn't answer?
The figures, was it word count or revenue?
Revenue. I did answer revenue.
No, you did, finally.
Yeah, revenue. Yeah, yeah.
I gotta beat Barbara Walters, or what am I
It's
doing, right?
it's way over five figures. I mean, the last novel was 70,000,
Right.
and then our books, and then all the articles. That's way over six figures. Um, yeah.
I sometimes wish I could write while I'm walking, because while I'm walking,
Mm,
of course it's, fitness, but that's not the primary way I'm losing weight. I've got 25 pounds, well, 26.8 pounds left to
mm,
lose to get to my goal, which I should be around my birthday when I
yeah.
turn 49 this year.
Mhm.
About 6 months, I'm hoping to be there.
Okay.
'Cause
What,
now
at
I have the
49
clothes.
or
Both. I hope both. I hope that that I will. Well, I know I'm going to be turning 49 in
okay,
June.
yeah, usually it's like the same day every year.
Yeah,
Mm,
that's pretty handy. But then I'm not. I hope that I can. A lot of what kept me on my plateau last year in the mid 190s is I can't afford to buy a whole new wardrobe.
yeah.
So I bought some really flexible staples for my wardrobe to do these business things with the chamber and stuff like that. And I will be buying no more clothes until I'm
Mm,
170 pounds.
good idea. I bought a lot of clothes for my last position, and I was much slimmer than I am now. I can't wear any of them. They're all great clothes. I look really great, in these outfits, but I can't wear the pants. I can't,
Right.
and these shirts, they're all like, tapered or slim fit or whatever you call them. And
Either
yeah,
way, it's bad, right? I have
not gonna
clothes that are
work.
too big,
Yeah,
but the ones that are way too big are getting donated, which is a
yeah.
really good thing to do. I mean, way too big. But the ones that are just sort of like my jeans I'm wearing right now, they're too big.
But you
They,
can bring clothes in a lot easier than you
yes,
can take them out. I mean,
yes. And I have some things I want to take to the tailor. That's
yeah,
that's another thing. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, what really matters? And that's the thing in marketing. It's your life, it's your wardrobe, it's your diet, it's your
Mm,
life, it's your hobbies. What really matters? What brings you joy? Last year I tried running. No.
mm.
I tried weightlifting. I like weightlifting,
Oh yeah,
but I like walking because it clears my head
yeah.
and I come up with ideas. So sometimes I wish I could write then, but then it's the having being not on my phone is part of why I'm walking.
But you should talk. I mean, a lot of my clients ask me, they say, "Oh, I want to I want to be able to write blog posts and things like this, and I don't have time, or I don't know what to do, or I can't write. And I always tell them the same thing. It's just like, if are you walking? Do you have your phone with you? You just talk to yourself, and then when you get back, you can just listen to what you've talked, what you've said, and you
Yeah.
can just type it out. Or you
Right.
don't even have to do that. You can just like take this as a podcast, or you can make a video of yourself talking, and then you put it up. I mean, it's still content.
Right.
And because finding those moments where we're sitting there, we've got our tea, the dog is at our feet, the typewriter is warmed up, everything's quiet, and we're ready to create. That doesn't happen a lot, but we're always coming up with new ideas, and yeah, we should always like just take. I used to have a little recorder, those little pocket
Yeah.
recorders, like before phones. I used to have this thing click. It's like, oh, a little idea for a novel. Blah, blah, blah. I see that.
I mean, I can definitely do that.
Yeah.
And I was going to work last night, but this room abuts another apartment, including their balcony. And there was a big football
Of
game.
another apartment?
Yeah, it's adjacent. It connects to another
I
apartment.
see. Okay.
So the little kids were playing in their room, and their friends were over. It was normal. I mean, not bad. They were just watching a game, and I was completely distracted by them talking to Alexa and all that. And I'm like, okay, that's it. It's not going to happen.
Those are thin
So
walls.
sometimes it's like letting it go. Well, they wanted to watch it outside. So outside is,
Outside.
yeah, their balcony is all
It's like 2
nice.
degrees. No one's outside.
They hung up curtains and stuff. I'm like, whatever.
Really? Wow, that's cool.
Some people I like to sit outside sometimes, but I mean, it's just that's real life. We have to navigate our goals through real life circumstances
Yep.
and then adjust our tactics in order to complete them.
Definitely.
I mean, I have a paper calendar on my wall with my goals. That's just for me.
Yeah.
Just for me. And I write in there what I've done, what has to be done,
Really?
all that stuff. Yeah. Because my client deliverables are on that calendar.
Okay.
There's just too much going on, right?
Yeah.
So maybe it's not tech savvy, but I'm not going to have a Trello for myself. That's stupid.
No. No. I've done that. And I think the most the techie I am with organizing myself is well, I've got I use Excel,
Yeah.
but
Google
a lot of
Sheets.
the times it's like Post-its, like these babies, these bad boys right here. Love them. See, I got all my stuff done. It's clear. It's ready
Well,
to go for tomorrow.
it's time to build Twitter calendars again.
There you go. There you go.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's whatever works. And also, a lot of why people fail with their resolutions is because they don't translate them into goals that are actionable.
Yes.
Or marketers like to call them SMART goals. And Noom talks about SMART goals, but
Yep.
means it can't be a suicide goal. It needs to be something that's achievable.
Yep.
It needs to be something specific, and it needs to be something that's time-based and that you can actually measure.
Yep.
So like I can do one content pack a month. That's something I can measure, right? I can measure that. And then also, when it comes to your calories, you can measure that. You can measure how far you've walked. What happens is people go, no, I'm going to change everything. That's too much to change.
Yeah,
That's traumatic.
Yeah. It's also not it's not realistic. I mean, it's great to say that you're going to reach these really big goals, but if you haven't reached them over the last few years, it's unlikely you're going to reach massive, goal-changing, life-changing things, just because it's a new year.
Right. And
so take some baby steps.
On top of that, there's the whole concept of self-awareness that I think is really important. I like to write things down. I'm taking notes right now. And then when I've done it, this is what happens. You can't do that in Trello.
You don't eat it. You don't swallow it, do you? Like in the
No, I
movies,
just throw it away.
Throw it away.
Boom. Okay. And you get that sound, this really great sound. You get to rip it off and crumple it up. So I am tactile. I'm perfectly all 8 of the multiple intelligences, but I'm visual, audio, tactile, kinetic. I like to move. I'm doing stuff, right?
Yep.
It makes me feel like I've done something, which is
Yep.
probably why I like cooking and baking,
Yep.
right?
There
So
you go.
you have to understand who you are and how that fits in with your goals.
Yep.
Like for me, with the running, I was doing it, but then I was like, why am I doing this? A lot of times I ask people, but why?
Yep.
And I had to figure it out. I wasn't getting that much joy from it. It didn't make me feel that great. I didn't get to clear my head because I was too tired to walk. And I thought, why am I doing this? I'm doing this because my husband said I couldn't. That's a stupid reason.
Mhm.
So I stopped.
Yeah.
It's okay to quit certain things if it doesn't align with what you're trying to do, right? My intention is to be thankful because I know that I'm exactly where I need to be.
Yep. Yep. Keep the goals measurable. Keep them realistic. You know, there's a reason ladders have small spaces. You know, they only really need 2 rungs, the bottom and the top. But if there isn't, it's really hard to get to that top rung. So
Yeah, I like that.
baby, it's not mine. It's like, I don't know how many of those memes are on LinkedIn or Twitter every day.
Whatever.
Too many. Anyway, okay, well, I hope everyone has a great year, and we'll see you next year in 2023, also on the 9th of January, and we're going to see how far that that everyone got with their goals.
Yeah, comment on what your goals are, and then we'll come back.
We're going to be we're going to be holding you to them. We're never going to let you forget.
Or you could send yourself a letter and don't open it.
You could do that. You could do that. Oh, those are scary though. What if you send the wrong letter to yourself, and then you send your letter to someone else, and you wonder why
You
your
could have an
electricity got
account.
cut off, and oh, you sent the bill to the farm.
It could be an account buddy.
Oh, okay, could be. All right. Well, then it's dinner time here in Europe, so it's good night from me.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir, madame, and you have a great day in Texas.
Thank you. You too.
Everybody stay safe.
Bye.
Bye.